Back in May, I posted a video that barely broke 80 views. I warned that between June 7th and the 13th, Trump, Netanyahu, and war would intersect. This video got buried. I mean, you probably didn't even see this, am I right? But now everything that I said in that video is happening, almost to the day. So let's talk about what just came true and why they didn't want you to hear about it. In this video, I warned that false flags, propaganda, and foreign-funded alliances were operating in the shadows. I broke down the astrology in detail. We had a Mars transit that was coming conjunct, a triple conjunction in the charts of Trump, Netanyahu, Israel. I mean, it's incredibly rare, honestly. Mars in Leo in the US's 9th house and in Trump's 12th house, hitting a zenith moment that all pointed to an explosive situation. I'm not going to rehash it here, but if you want to see the full breakdown, do go back and check this video. I'll link it down below if I'm able to. This video was suppressed, so what I want to show you now is what actually happened in the aftermath. As many of you know, Netanyahu, during that window that I highlighted of the 7th through the 13th, around that time frame, he accused Iran of having nuclear weapons with zero verified evidence. He initiated a strike against Iran, and then Iran retaliated. Then the United States under Trump joined in and bombed Iran's so-called nuclear site. Now I say so-called because Tulsi Gabbard, which by the way is another female voice that I said in this video to pay attention to during this time frame, well, she's been on record saying publicly that they've investigated and found no evidence of these nuclear bombs. I'm not saying they have them or they don't, okay? I'm not taking a side on this. I'm just recalling the facts. And here's the thing. Whether they did or didn't have them before or after the bombing, well, we might not ever know because the evidence is destroyed now, conveniently. These sites, we're told, are reduced to rubble. Does it sound familiar? Like, where have we heard this before? This is the same playbook that Netanyahu used in Iraq in 2003, when he lied about weapons of mass destruction and got us into the Iraqi war. And since then, we have paid millions in lives, in American dollars. To this day, we're still paying the price. And we got dragged into that war over lies that he, to this day, has not been held accountable for. Really, no one's been held accountable for it. So who benefits from this? Where does Tulsi and Trump really stand on this issue? It's a bit confusing because both of them, as it turns out, are AIPAC funded. And this whole thing reeks of 12th house energy, which I talked about before. You know, that is where backroom deals are done. That is where shadow agendas occur. That is where foreign influence is cloaked in patriotism. And while all this unfolds, another female voice that I told you guys to watch out for in this video, Candace Owens, well, she got blackballed for confronting the MAGA movement head on. Do you notice a pattern? The moment that anyone questions a narrative, they're silenced, they're gaslit. Meanwhile, the US media, which again, I talked about that 3rd and 9th house axis in the US natal chart in this video, well, you know, what we're seeing is it being saturated with coordinated amnesia, scripted posts, manufactured outrage. It's like MAGA has become MEGA, make Israel great again. And Trump even admitted it somewhat in a recent tweet, leaving the base now fragmented, confused. It's like 2020 all over again if you think about it. People don't question, they repeat. The longer the gaslighting goes on, the more people gaslight themselves and each other into supporting a war we didn't vote for. And frankly, now it's coming out a lot of these gaslighters are actually war bots or bot farm accounts. Some of them are paid influencers. But how are you supposed to know this? And these people are all parroting in unison, oh, it's not a war, it's just a strike. But if a foreign nation did that to us, we'd call it an act of war. It's just common sense. And while we're all distracted, hashing out the ins and outs of this, no Epstein disclosures, no high-profile arrests, no regime change in America. It's just another Middle Eastern war we didn't vote for, and unfortunately a lot of people are clapping for it. Mind you, Congress never declared war, and they haven't officially since World War II. Instead, these get rebranded as a strike or a conflict to skirt the U.S. Constitution. And by the way, this plays right into Albert Pike's prophecy. For those of you who don't know about it, please look it up. In that prophecy, he predicts that a global war would be used to reshape the world order. Here's the part that no one wants to talk about. This opens us up to massive blowback. From sleeper cells already in the US, to threats to block the Strait of Hormuz. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, forgive me. But that's going to send oil prices through the roof. And now Iran's allies are openly talking about arming them with real nukes. Is this what we voted for? Or is this what we've been programmed to support? So if you're just now seeing this video, ask yourself why it was suppressed. If you're starting to question the script, you're not alone. Share this, tag someone waking up, because the truth didn't change. They just don't want you to see it. And now, it's showtime.